Welcome to another edition of Living Local. I'm your host, Stephen Walker. It is Thursday, November 13th, 2025, which is World Kindness Day. And boy, do we need some of that in the world right now. In that spirit, I'm going to talk with Dylan McCardle from Viterbo University about a ticket scam that the Fine Arts Center over there is having, and really it's affecting most every performance venue in the country. I'm also going to sit down with veteran of the United States Marines, Jason Pleft, to talk about an issue he is having with officials in Minnesota that could have been solved with just a little bit of kindness. We're going to get the board store feature of the week. I'll see if you got a minute, and Nathan Himsel will give us the weekend weather outlook. But first, we start where we always do, with the Amundsen Appliance week that was. Not only is it World Kindness Day today, but we also celebrated Veterans Day earlier this week, and there were numerous celebrations honoring those who served all across our area. In Tomah, the Veterans Affairs Office honored those that served our country with tributes, speakers, and music. VA Medical Center Director Karen Lang said it's inspiring to see the entire community come together and support our military.
This is our opportunity to acknowledge and thank veterans for their services and sacrifices they have made to protect our nation and to uphold our freedoms. It's a great opportunity for community engagement, for the whole entire community to show support and express gratitude to veterans today. Todd
Stage served in the Marines and was on hand for the celebration. He said that life after service is not easy for a veteran.
The transition is often the hardest part. Sometimes it feels like it was simpler, even when you're in the combat zone. But when you come back, there's a lot of things that you didn't expect that add to the difficulty, but makes it a part of the service nonetheless. It's nice to see everybody get together and acknowledge the sacrifice and the service that veterans have contributed to our country.
Then in Chippewa Falls, the Chippewa Manor continued their 17-year tradition of honoring veterans. Just like in years past, the ceremony left attendees with a sense of awe.
I'm very honored to be here, and I was overwhelmed sometimes because I was sitting and listening to all the things that were going on, and it was pretty amazing to be part of that.
Army National Guard veteran Joe Hensel said joining the military wasn't on his agenda, but he ended up getting more out of it than he ever imagined.
I was in a part of my life where I wasn't sure what was going on yet, and it was a motivation for me to get into something.
President of the Chippewa Manor, Jill Gangler, said this ceremony honors veterans as well as informs the staff about the people they're caring for.
We use this time to have our staff become more aware and in touch with those personal stories. As the generations go on, it's harder and harder to have that personal connection with someone who actually served and sacrificed a great deal for what we have today.
That'll do it for the Amundsen Appliance week that was. Now, when we come back, I'm going to sit down with director of the Viterbo University Fine Arts Center, Dylan McCardle. That's next on Living Local. Stick around. Welcome back to Living Local, and it is World Kindness Day. That's one of the reasons why I brought Dylan McCardle in here with me, director of the Fine Arts Center at Viterbo University. Been a long time. We've known each other quite a while.
Yes, we have. Yeah.
Do you get to build sets anymore?
I do not get to build sets.
Is that a problem for you?
It's not so much a problem, but I've really enjoyed that work. But I'm doing just a different type of work in that. But I do get to go out into the community and do some lighting design work.
Oh, good.
So I'm still kind of in that creative aspect there, so that's a lot of fun.
And your parents got to be happy you're still using the degree.
Oh, yes.
Speaking of which, so the Fine Arts Center is, along with theaters all over the country, are kind of under attack right now.
Yes, we are.
Explain what's going on.
Yeah, so what's going on is what it's called is the speculative ticketing market. It's also known as the third-party ticket sellers. So what's happening is these folks are going after theaters and arts organizations or even big arena type places. Probably you've heard about it with Taylor Swift tickets and things like that, or even big arena shows. What's happening is that these groups target either a venue or a show, and what they do is they say that they're selling tickets. Which what they're actually doing is they're reselling tickets. And so what's happening specifically with the Fine Arts Center is we have our slate of shows that we're selling on our website. We are the only authorized seller of tickets for all of our shows. We don't have any other ticketing platform, anyone else. We sell all of our own tickets. So these groups and these websites are saying that they're selling our tickets when they actually aren't, and they're selling it under the ruse of their resale site. So what's happening is if folks come upon these sites, they purchase a ticket through them, and these sites say that they're reselling this ticket, which in actually what they're doing is they're actually just going to our website and buying the ticket. And so they mark it up 400, 500, 600%. And so what's actually a $50 ticket, some of these customers might be paying hundreds of dollars for. We've seen people pay $600, $700 for even like a $60 ticket.
Gosh.
And so I wanted to come here and just make people aware of what's going on, because I feel like it's something sort of newer to our area, but it's something that has been prevalent in the industry for quite some time. And so just to make folks aware that not only with the Fine Arts Center shows, you're probably seeing it with even things at the Lacrosse Center, or even if you're buying tickets even outside of the community. What's really important is that you slow down, because these sites use really deceptive tactics. What they're doing is you'll end up on the site, and a big red flag right away is if you can't choose your seat. That's a huge red flag. The other big red flag is if they have pop-ups that saying 1 ticket left, 2 tickets left, buy now, like really like the high pressure tactics. We don't do that, and most other venues don't do things like that. Those are all these third party or speculative sites that use those pressure tactics and these deceptive tactics for that. So if you feel like you're seeing some of these red flags, back off, don't make the purchase. Relook at where you're going, especially for the Fine Arts Center. It'll have the Viterbo University Fine Arts Center. It'll have the .edu attached to it or anything like that. You go to either the Viterbo website or the Fine Arts Center website, and it'll take you where you need to go. Directly purchase through there.
So that's really your best hint, I guess, is go directly to the Viterbo, or
Yes.
specifically the venue you're going to.
Yes, yeah.
And you were saying that before, not only has this affected Viterbo and the black box, like people are paying hundreds of dollars for $16 tickets.
Yes.
In days when we're all like, tickets are really expensive right now.
Yes, yeah. When we really try to make our tickets affordable, and we really do. We really spend a lot of time and energy on that. And these sites are advertising against us to end up above us in search results. So if you type in, let's say we have a Viterbo Christmas coming up in December. If you Google or use a search engine and just type in Viterbo Christmas, we might be the 5th or 6th or 7th or even on the second page of search results, because all of these sites are advertising against us to end up above it. And so as a consumer, you really need to know, don't click on the first thing you see. Really know when you're buying tickets, know the venue that you're going to, and know how much the tickets are in some of the advertising that you've seen or things like that. So you kind of have to be a savvy consumer a little bit too.
I think about my grandmother who wants to go to the Nutcracker, and she's just like ends up spending $500 on one ticket.
Yes.
So explain this part to me. So someone purchased the ticket from this third party, not a real ticket.
So what these sites are doing is they're selling it under the guise that it's a resale ticket, and so they're saying someone turned in this ticket to them, when in fact it's not. So what they do is they put a fake name, fake contact information, everything, and they just go to our site and purchase the ticket, and they'll send the e-ticket to these people. So it's an actual ticket, but it doesn't have your name on it, doesn't have your contact information on it. It wouldn't match any credit card that you would have purchased with. And so if you have any issues with those tickets, we can't help you, because we don't actually know if you own those tickets. Because from our end, it looks like, Joe Schmo purchased this ticket when you are actually holding it. So we don't know like where you got this ticket or anything, and you can track it back to how your purchase, but we still don't know. We don't have any way to help you.
And Dylan was saying before we went on air that this isn't just like a lacrosse thing or a big city thing. Viroqua's Temple Theater has seen this as well. So it's teeny tiny venues as well.
Teeny tiny venues. They test the market. So these websites will just kind of throw one or two out there. and see. And if they are getting folks purchasing, then they'll go all in. And so that's happened to us over the past couple of years. You know, we've seen 1 or 2 shows end up on these third-party sites, but this year it's every single one of our shows. Good. Even community organizations like Lacrosse Dance Center, who puts on the Nutcracker, we're seeing their tickets out on the third-party market for hundreds of dollars when these are like $20, $25 tickets. And so people who want to see their family members in these shows may stumble upon this and end up paying way more than they need to.
Yeah. And it's not even like the venue or the company or anybody is getting all that extra money.
No. Yeah. The only people that are seeing that extra money are these websites that are really trying to capitalize on unsuspecting customers.
Speaking of which, stay safe, drill down. And what are the shows we got coming up in December?
In December, we have the Wizards of Winter, which will be on Tuesday, December 2nd, which is a sort of like Trans-Siberian Orchestra type group. And then we have a Viterbo Christmas, which is a Viterbo staple. So that you're going to see some Viterbo students, Viterbo choirs, orchestras, all celebrating the Christmas season. And then following that is going to be Lacrosse Dance Center's Nutcracker. I believe they're in their 36th year at Viterbo. So those are all things coming up in December.
And what is the website we should go to?
You should go to viterbo.edu/Fine Arts Center.
Viterbo.edu/Fine Arts Center. And like Dylan said, slow down. Be sure of what you're actually purchasing and make sure that you're getting the ticket that should be sold to you.
Yes.
Thank you so much.
Thank you.
More Living Local in just a bit. Well, we went from summer to fall, back to summer, and then basically straight to winter. Let's see what Nathan Hinsel has for us in the weekend weather outlook.
Well, we are taking a little bit of a better weekend as we head in towards Friday here. It's pretty cold last weekend. We were seeing Friday 65 with mostly sunny skies, and Saturday does cool down a few degrees, and that chance of rain is really more so in the afternoon. And then Sunday, mostly sunny once again. We'll see that cool down to the upper 40s. Let's break down that future cast a little bit for you as we head throughout Friday. Not too much. You might have some clouds that build a little bit later in the day, but things do look up. Saturday, you might have that chance of rain that really builds a bit farther north as you head into early Saturday. Thankfully, that does start to clear out as you head towards the evening hours, clearing those skies once again. Sunday morning, you're going to see some sunshine out there, leading towards a pretty nice day, if only it was a little bit warmer. That's going to actually hold into Sunday night. For Friday, those forecast highs, like I said, a bit warmer. We're seeing 60 up in Ladysmith, 63 down in Viroqua, and then you'll have the mid-60s for most of that area in between. And then Saturday, holding around 50 degrees farther north, upper 50s farther south for some variation. And then Sunday is going to be much cooler, 42 Ladysmith, 45 down towards Viroqua as you head down into the valley. So hopefully you're able to stay warm as you start that new work week and make the most of what is going to be a pretty nice weekend. Back to you.
Thank you, Nathan. We do appreciate the weather forecast, even if it isn't awesome. It is World Kindness Day. It also was Veterans Day earlier this week, and this next story, our board store feature of the week, kind of ties into both of those things. U.S. Marine veteran Jason Plaft owns an organic farm in Winona County, and he was having some issues with the county mowers. That led to some unfortunate incidents, and now it is a mess. I sat down with Jason to try to distill this issue and get it out in the open a little bit, and I have that interview for you now in the board store feature of the week. How long did you serve, if you don't mind me asking?
4 years.
4 years, and you served in 2 tours?
Yes, one to Iraq in 07, 08 to Ramadi, and then 09 to Garmshire District, Afghanistan.
And that left some lasting impacts. Is that an easier way to say that?
Yes.
Because of that, you now have a service dog that kind of handles with PTSD and anxiety, is that right?
Yes, sir.
That ran you into some issues at the Winona County building. Is that the better way to say it?
It did.
Okay.
No, unfortunately.
We're going to back up a little bit. Can you explain? So it's a big thing. Every summer we hear when we're out boating, we've got to make sure we wash off our boats and get rid of zebra mussels and all that stuff. Those same kind of problems happen with vegetation.
Yes, sir.
How does that work?
So I guess like if you have like mowing or you're just transferring plants, there can be invasive species in those plants, or other plants that are considered invasive species that are brought into your yard and then cause a problem with taking over.
Did you start, are you trying to start, or is there an organic farm in the work? Is that what's going on now?
It's really in the works. It's a lot of work, and we have a lot of things and a lot of avenues going on. We're trying to do some berry patch stuff. We're trying to do also greenhouse application on the actual homestead and adjacent property that hopefully will get approved by USDA for a high tunnel to also give back and support the community.
Every summer and spring, the county comes through, and every county across America mows the lawns and ditches. You don't clean off your mower the way you're supposed to with your boat, which you're actually supposed to with your lawn equipment as well. That's a law as well. You can get invasive species. If you're trying to start an organic farm, that means your work is tenfold.
Yes.
So this all culminates with Jason going down to the county building after, in all honesty, and I implore you to get a hold of Jason if this interests you in any way, shape, or form, so he can fill in the story here, because it's varied, it's twisty, it's turny, but at the end of the day, essentially the state of Minnesota and Winona County broke ADA laws.
Yes.
So he was kicked out of the Winona County building because, well, technically your dog was kicked out of the Winona County building, who is a service dog, and that started a chain reaction of terrible treatment.
Yes.
How has this left you feeling as a veteran?
I don't feel part of my community. I've felt that way for a long time. There is a lot of issues in correlation to going on deployment, having some trauma. I've spent some time in some TBI, post-traumatic stress treatments, and trying to obviously facilitate my life in a different way. It's very, very hard to be able to deal with some of these emotions sometimes. My frustrations, I'm working very hard to work through those, but I feel like I've really been hurt in this situation, and I feel like there could be light at the end of the tunnel, and just I want to see accountability.
I think it's safe to say through all of this issue, and it's varied. It involves county commissioners not listening. It involves information between departments that shouldn't have happened, and at the crux of it is breaking of ADA law, period, which is a federal issue. But at the crux of everything, you just want to be heard, and you haven't been from the start of this.
Correct.
So what is your next step?
I am seeking appeal in federal court. My first initial file as an SE, which SE just means you're filing yourself without representation. I have seek legal counsel, and unfortunately the amount that I was told at $50,000 to $100,000, I cannot afford as a veteran. I'm on a fixed income.
Right.
I am facing going up against a system that certain people have broken laws, and they're utilizing tax-paying money to fund lawyers and also come after me because they have the backing, and I don't have the backing because I don't have pockets that
Right.
go down to the floor full of money, and I don't have the money tree.
Right. You do have a giving tree. Talk about the Bethany House a little bit before we go.
I actually volunteer at the Bethany House. The Bethany House is a Catholic worker house in Winona, and we service people from Monday to Wednesday every morning. We open our doors at 8. We generally get done around 11:30, noon. And we're cooking breakfast for 20, 30 people every morning. We come in, we take orders, we help people that are in need in our community. We feed them a very strong breakfast so that they at least get one meal strong a day. And if we have food that's extra in the fridge or in the freezer that we can give them to take home, we certainly do. And it shows in the house that when people come there, it's a very safe place. One of our main elements in the Bethany House is to sit down and just talk to some of these folks, because sometimes they just don't have somebody to just talk to.
Right.
Some of them have kids. Some of them are retired, can't afford food. Like Social Security only gets stretched so much, and not to say that some people didn't set themselves up for success. They just had a different path in life,
right? And
sometimes they don't have the retirement that everybody else has, but they still put in for SSI and they still work their entire lives.
That's right.
To not have food on the table, and so we have a lot of those folks coming in, and then obviously we have people that are living on the street and that are doing it here in the Midwest, and that's not an easy thing. And I don't think one of us would be like, I want to sleep outside when it's 20 degrees out.
Right, yeah. And that's on a good winter night.
And those are elements that these folks are dealing with, and we can't just shy away from that. We have to help the community, and we have to do better as a society, not to point the fingers like on your show. Like, let's not point the fingers. Let's come together as the community and make the community stronger.
That's exactly right. And that's what he's trying to do, folks. Best way to find him, though, is probably at the Bethany House. Wednesday mornings, Thursday evenings, Saturday afternoons. He is the epitome of take a load off, Manny, and take a load for free. That was the Board Store feature of the week. Not much time. I'll see if you got a minute. Next, you're watching Living Local. Looking to improve your home? The Board Store Home Improvements in La Crosse is your one-stop shop for windows, doors, siding, kitchens, bathroom, and so much more. The Board Store Home Improvements. Improving your home, improving your life. Not a lot of time left in the old show. Got to send a big thank you out to everybody who came through. Dylan McCardle for letting us know about that ticket scam. Jason Pleft telling us all about his plight. And if you can help out, please reach out to him. He's over there in Winona County. Thank you for making this World Kindness Day a little bit brighter. And thank you for taking the time to sit down with us for a half hour. Now, if you got a minute, I really do think we could stand to be a little kinder right now. The world is a big, dark, scary place, even in the best of times. And we leave the safety of our home to venture out into spaces that can be really intimidating. We hear how bad we are, how stupid we all are, how lazy everyone is, and other such nonsense. Well, I want you to know that I think you're pretty incredible. You get up every day, and that's all the world can ask of you. Just to be a part of it. Your part of it. Whatever that looks like. And as far as that goes, you're killing it. You're unique and talented and capable and incredible. The setbacks you've faced are nothing, and you can accomplish anything that you set your mind to. Now, I know that all sounds like a cliche, especially when it feels like the world is doing all that it can to hold you down, but I'm telling you that truer words have never been spoken before or since. You are incredible, and you're a true testament to how special human beings are and can be. Now take all that light that you're holding on to and shine it on somebody else, because they deserve a little glow too. And I'll see you next week. Bye now.